Okay, so we'll discuss about the introduction of Workday, and from onwards our main class will start. Okay, so I'll let you know what are the courses I'm going to cover in my training session. So this will see more agenda. Okay. So let's have a session. Introduction to Workday. So before coming to Workday directly, I have to know how many of you know about this term cloud computing. So I have seen that many of you work cloud products. Some from Oracle Fusion and some of you from different ERP background. So most of you already know what is a cloud computing, but still I want to know those who don't, what really they understand from this cloud computing. So anybody wants to try what is cloud computing actually? So no worries. In this image, you are lot of computer, tablet, mobiles are connected with the internet, right? So cloud computing actually the practice of using a network of remote servers, host internet, to store, manage and process data rather than a local server or a personal computer. Okay. So here actually whatever you're storing, whatever you're storing any data, it's stored in some remote server. You are not storing into your local computer. So I can give you a Google Drive. Almost you are using a Google Drive, right, for storing a data. So what actually you are doing in Google Drive? So you are logging your Gmail account and then you are storing all your data into the Google Drive. Okay, whether it's 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB, whatever data you have, you stored in the Google Drive. And when you want that data, you again your Gmail account and you can take from anywhere. Okay, so you are storing all your data into the remote server. Somewhere a server will be there. It's in US, whether it's in UK or any other location. So somewhere the server will be there and you are storing your data into the server. Now everything will be cloud only. And coming 5 to 10 years, everything cloud. Even if we talk about Facebook is also worked on cloud. You are uploading lot of pictures, right? Where you are storing that picture. So that will be goes to some server, Facebook server, that is stored somewhere in central location. Right? Want to see that picture? You directly log into your Facebook account with user and password, and you can see anywhere. So you are not storing into your local machine. Okay, cloud computing actually control. One is that means an internet, and second is computing, that means a system or a software. So when you are accessing a system or a software through internet, that is called a cloud computing. So we know a lot of cloud products are in the market. So about ERP, we have Workday, we have Oracle Fusion, we have SuccessFactors, we have Salesforce, and so on. So this are a cloud product. Okay, you don't need to actually. So if we talk about Workday, okay, so we don't need to purchase the software. Okay, just any want to use work to subscribe with a Workday company. That's it. Subscribe means they use it on a rental basis. Okay, actually those who are familiar with PeopleSoft and other SAP or Ramco, those are familiar with this software. This we call as a on-premises software. So in software, this is an old software. Okay, this software, if any company want to use that, first they have to purchase this software by paying a huge amount. Okay, after purchasing, they have to set up an infrastructure on their location. Infrastructure in the sense, they have to set up their own server, own web server, they have to install their own database, etc. Okay, once all the infrastructure setup is done, they have to hire a lot of resources who can manage this, all this, okay, who can manage this application server, who can manage this web servers and database and all these things. Okay, if you see the total over cost, like cost of the company will be increased. Like customer has to pay a huge amount for this, for all on-premises software. So all the headache, okay, so all this cost-effective solution and all the headache, the clouding came into picture, right? In cloud products, customer don't have to buy a software first of all. Okay, they just subscribe a software and so it depends whether on a monthly basis, whether in 3 months in a period, so they have to pay rent on this basis. So thing like you are thinking that now in cloud products we don't need infrastructure, but no, we need the infrastructure, but we are not doing the setup. Everything will be managed by that company. So if we talk about Workday, Workday will set up your application service, database and all this things. Okay, you don't have to worry about all these things. You just have to buy a subscription and use the software and pay the rent. That's it. Everything will be taken care by Workday. That lot of cloud products are there in the market. Okay, but Workday is popular for HCM. Okay, Workday HCM is there. So those who are familiar with ERP, so I know because many of you are from the ERP background, so I don't think so I have to explain what is an ERP, but still just a definition introduction. An ERP is an enterprise resource planning. Okay, we are not like a Java people or C++ people. So we are not developing any projects. So we are working for the employee of the company. So one company is there. Let's take an example. TCS. Okay, TCS is having 3 lakh employees. So we are working for that 3 lakh employees. We are not creating any project or we are any codings or all this things. We are working for that company. One good example I can give you, those who are not familiar with ERP, those who are very new to ERP, you all salary at the end of month, right? So for every month, you all are getting a salary. So in a company, if 3 lakh employees there, so all 3 lakh employees will get a salary at the same time. So you all will get a message credited with this and this amount, right? So who is sending and who is creating this salary for all the people? No, so they is manually doing this job. Okay, we have configured this thing, everything in this ERP, that company ERP, so that it will automatically calculate your earnings and deductions. And once it's calculated, it gets a report. We send that report to the bank. Bank will load that report to their integration, and your salary will be processed. Okay, for example, if you are applying for a leave, right, applying in some portal. See, every company will use some ERP. Some company will use PeopleSoft, some company will use SAP, some company will use Workday, some company will use Oracle Fusion. It depends on the customer. Okay, so one next example is, suppose example you are applying for leave. You are going on vacation and you are applying for leave. So app will be credited to your account. That is the accrual. So 2 accrual every month you will get a 2 leave. Okay, 2 leave. So suppose total you have 10 casual leave and you are going to apply for 5. Okay, you want to go on vacation and you are going to apply 5 casual leave, right? So you just apply in the portal. So automatically your 5 days deducted from the total, that is of 10, and next month when your pay will come, nothing will be deducted, right? Because it's deducted from the leave. But suppose, for example, if you have 10 leave total and you are applying for 12 leaves, okay, in case you are applying for 2 extra days, so in that case, system will automatically calculate your actual balance. Okay. After 2 days, so automatically when next month you will get a salary, automatically the 2 days will be deducted from your salary, that loss of pay. So who is doing all this thing? So no one is doing it manually. Okay, everything we will on our ERP system so that it will automate the process. It will calculate or it will do automatically. Okay, this is just one or two examples. Whatever you are doing inside an organization, everything will be managed by an ERP software. Okay, it depends your company is using which software. Okay, so using, as I said, PeopleSoft, some companies using SAP, some companies using Workday, and so on. Okay, this is actually an ERP, right? Why cloud? So as I said, we have a lot of on-premises system. So on-premises system, you can see that some example I have mentioned it here, like PeopleSoft, SAP, Info, Adlin, and so on. Many on-premises, popular on-premises system are there. But already software are very popular in the market and they are performing well. Then what is the use of cloud? Like why this cloud concept came? So it's simple, as I said. If they're using an on-premises system, they have to pay a huge amount for the software. Okay, to maintain all this web server, application server, database, it's very headache task. Okay, they have to hire. Suppose, for example, they have to hire 10 resources, 10 people to their company who can manage all this thing. So you see the overall cost for the company will be increased. Okay, it's actually an old system, you can say that. But the world is changing very fast and looking for some new technology, right? And that technology in less price. So if we talk about, okay, so some 15 years back, we are using some CRT screen television, that big box television, right? So that time is only there. And television is very costly. But later on, like year after year, new technology came, that is LCD. Okay, so LCD with a new feature, and now they are not using the big box like structure. Okay, so it's very thin. Again, later on, the concept of LED came. Right, every time, year after year, new technology is coming, and you want this technology in less price also. You don't have to pay a huge technology, right? So same way we have the on-premises software in the market, but customer wants a new technology and very easy to use technology. They don't want any complex thing. Okay, they want technology which is less expensive, easy to use, and free of maintenance. Okay, that's the reason the cloud came in the market. So as I said, first of all, they don't pay huge amount for the software. Like here, they have to purchase software, but here, customer will not purchase software. Only customer can subscribe. Subscribe in the sense they just have to pay a rent. Okay, they use the software and they have to pay a rent. So it totally depends on their organized trend. Suppose, for example, if a small company is there, okay, having less than 10,000 employees, so they will pay less amount. Suppose a medium organization is there, with having less than 50,000 employees, then they have to pay a little bit more amount. Suppose, for example, a big organization is there, there are more than 1 lakh employees are there. Okay, in that case, they have to pay little more amount in that. But still the cost is very less as compared to on-premises system. Right? Apart from this subscription price, you don't have to pay any other charges. Like infrastructure for web service, for application service, for database installation, everything will be included in that subscription price. Because that thing will be maintained by the Workday company. So if you talk Workday, okay, that thing will be maintained by the Workday company. Right? Basic difference between on-premises and the cloud. So if you want to relate with an example, I can relate this. You are using an electricity in your home, right? So what you are doing? So you are not producing that electricity in your home and then you are using. This is producing this electricity. Might be Reliance Power, might be Tamil Nadu Electricity Board, might be Karnataka Electricity Board. Okay, they are producing electricity and you are consuming the electricity and paying the bill as per the consumption. Right? Same way cloud works. Working will be like app server, web server, database installation, everything will be, backend will be Workday company. You will use the software and a rent. That's it. So same as you just compare with the electricity, that example. Okay, this way actually your cloud works.
You're saying that Ravi here. You're saying that the database will be handled by this cloud system. So how secure is the data? I mean, like, so it can be misused by them. I mean, like, just want there maintained by this sensitive data like payroll, right?
Yeah, I got your point. So that slide is also there. I know actually this question comes in your mind. The first of all, Workday is very secure. Okay, they are using a security audit. Okay, ISO 27001, SSA 16, and all this certification is being cleared by the Workday. And this data is very secure. And this Workday says that if all data will be leaked, then we will pay you 3 times the amount what you are paying during the subscription. Okay, so that information, backend information is very confidential. Even they are not sharing with anyone, not even with partner, not even with customer. They are saying you just only concentrate on your front end, your design. Okay, backend, what database you are using, what algorithm they are using, that is highly confidential. They are not sharing this details to anyone. And work has already completed some 12, and in this 12 years, any data leak or anything. So Workday will say you don't have to worry about everything. I will take care about backend things. You just concentrate on the front end. So if you Google or if you search in anything, it's not mentioned anywhere like what database even they have used, or what algorithm or what application server design, what they have used. So it's not mentioned because they are not showing to anyone. Okay, that is confidential. So because of other security audits, is there time to time they are just updating the audit reports and all. Okay, your data is much more secured in our system than in your local machine. Okay, 12 years we have not seen anything related to this. Separate team is inside the Workday. So Workday is a company actually. So separate team is there who is time to time managing all this security thing. Okay, so they're changing the algorithm, changing the audit, they are performing in audits and all this. So we worry about the security thing that will be taken care by the Workday company. So Workday is that you just concentrate on the front end. I'll just stop it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so human. So as I said, Workday is basically for HCM is for human capital management. So two applications are currently available. One is HCM and second is financial. Okay, and subscribe. See, if I use the term you, it means that you can directly subscribe with Workday. Only a customer. Customer means only a company. Okay, because ERP software, those who don't know about ERP, the ERP software is used by company, not by you. Okay, so any company like Wipro, TCS, Accenture, Deloitte, any big company, they are using this software. So if I use the term you, it means it's a customer. Okay, confused. So it is very famous for human capital management, but we have one more application, that is financial management. Okay, once a customer will subscribe with Workday, they don't have to pay any extra amount for this also. Like it will single application, if you subscribe, a single application, what is a single environment. A single environment will come with both this application, HCM and financial management. Okay, but
you mean there will be the same URL, right? That's what you mean.
Yes, correct. But if you talk about the on-premises system, like we have customer has to pay an extra amount for this. Like if they are using an HCM, but if they want to go for any financial module, they have to pay an extra amount for every module. But here in Workday, it's not like that. Once they subscribe, everything will be there in a single URL or single name.
You mean all the modules will be coming in the same?
Yes. All the modules coming in the same package. You don't have to pay any extra amount for this. Only a customer can enable and disable. If they are using in their company, they can enable it. If they are not using in the company, they can disable it. But all the applications or modules is available in the single URL or single tenant or environment, you can say that. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is why Workday. So it launched in 2005. So 2017. So only 12 years. But in this 12 years, Workday has gained a lot of popularity. This is not saying. This you can search in Google. So it's built for the cloud, and it's a unified finance and HR application. So you don't have to pay any extra amount for this. And the customer which already using Workday, they have Workday actually. So you can directly see on the Workday site. So if you have time, you just visit the site www.workday.com. Okay, you can see about the modules, applications, and about the customer satisfaction rate also. So lot of good feedback are given. So a lot of big customers are also there. It's not like that only a small customer. So big Rolls-Royce, and even like in March end, we got a contract for Amazon also. So now Amazon, Target, Walmart. So I hope those who are in US, so they know about Target and Walmart and Amazon. So this customer only March end the contract has been signed. So this are also coming on the Workday platform. Okay, so soon the work is going to start. Implementation work for this customer is going to start. Okay, we have a highest customer satisfaction rate. So if you want to see the feedback, as I said, you just visit the site and you can see what other company have said about Workday. Okay, this is the picture. So left side, that is a Dave Duffy, and right side, that is the Anil Bhusri. So these people are responsible for developing a Workday. Anil Bhusri is actually an Indian guy. People has developed Workday, and those who already work on PeopleSoft, they know Dave Duffield has also did that PeopleSoft in 1997. Okay, but after that they have sold this company or PeopleSoft to Oracle. So right now PeopleSoft is with Oracle, but this is the person who has developed the PeopleSoft also. Okay. So this is our Workday. Why actually customers Workday? Okay. First is the same thing, unified suites of applications. So a lot of module is there, like what other ERP has. Okay, we have a talent, we have a payroll. We don't have a global payroll right now. So we have a payroll for US, payroll for Canada, payroll for UK, and one more is there. But still we are working on the global payroll. And all these applications is you can like try all these applications use in a single tenant environment. So customer don't have to pay any extra amount for this. Next, lower total cost of ownership. Okay, so like I said, this is a cloud delivery model. So there is no hardware, software, middleware or database installation. Okay, those who are working on PeopleSoft, they know. If they want to use a PeopleSoft, they have to install a lot of things into their system, people tools and all these things. Okay, but here you don't have to install any software, hardware or anything. So the greatest advantages, you can work from anywhere. You can work from your home also, you can work from office also. If you are in vacation, you can work from there also. Even can work from your mobile also. Okay. The only thing is required for this cloud is a browser and an internet connection. That's it. Okay, so you're working from anywhere. So this is a total lower cost of ownership. Okay, so such a nothing. Everything will be taken care by Workday only, Workday company. And you will be, whatever you are storing your data, it will be stored in that server only. Right? Next, deployment and faster time to value. Okay, about old system, on-premises system. So for any implementation, minimum it will take 1 to 1.5 years for any customer. Okay, thing we have to perform. So that's why if we talk about PeopleSoft, so if you are going to implement for any company, it takes 1 to 1.5 years. But here in Workday, it's a rapid deployment. If it's a medium option, maximum to maximum 5 to 6 months. That's it. And customer implement will be come to 6 months only. If it's a very large customer, then hardly goes to 1 year. Otherwise, maximum to 8 or 5, 6, 8 months, your implementation will be completed. Okay, so rapid deployment and faster time to value. Yes.
Point, please.
Right, suites of application.
Yeah.
If you are aware of on-premises ERP like PeopleSoft and any other ERP, Ramco and any other thing, in that ERP, like in the market, we have finance application and we have HCM application, right? So inside this application, we have lot of modules. Suppose, for example, if we talk about an HCM, inside HCM we have a payroll, we have absent, we have a time tracking, we have a talent, and so on. We have a benefit. Okay, so in on-premises system, customer has to pay an extra amount. If suppose, for example, a customer want to use a benefit, customer want to use a payroll, customer want to use a recruitment, all the modules, so they have to pay extra amount when they, okay, we talk about something that's software. But in Workday, here once you subscribe with Workday, all this application, or you can say that all this module will be free of cost. Okay, all this application will be inside that tenant. Actually, we call it as a tenant. I'll tell you why we call it as a tenant. So all this application will come inside that tenant, and customer no need to pay any extra amount for this. Only whatever the subscription fee or rental they are paying, only they have to pay that much. They don't have to pay any extra amount for any module specific. Okay, unified suites of application which comes with a financial and HR application both. So can you pay any extra amount? If your team is innovation and adoption. Okay, so upgrade. Upgrade is a part of life. Right? Everyone wants a new feature. So if new feature will not come, obviously you will be bored with the software. Right? So talk about WhatsApp. If we talk about Facebook, so time to time some new feature will be coming, right? So if they are not giving a new feature, you all feel bored and you will stop using that software. Right? Same way in ERP also, they are delivering a new feature. Okay. So Workday right in version 28. So when Workday started in 2005, so we are getting 4 upgrades a year. Right? After some time it reduced to 3 and now it's reduced to 2. So now every year we are getting 2 new upgrades. So right now we are in version 28, Workday version 28, and most probably in September end we will go on version 29. So a new feature. Suppose for example version 28 is having a 10 features and 29 is having 15 features. Okay, so 5 new features will be there. So they don't have to pay any extra amount for the upgrades. So if any come, Workday will automatically deliver that upgrade to the customer tenant or the customer environment. Okay, customer don't have to pay any extra amount for this. But if we talk about on-premises system, let's talk about PeopleSoft. So if any new upgrade will come, okay, then again this is for the customer. Customer has to again pay a lot of amount for the upgrade. Okay, again they have to hire a lot of resources. So for the upgrade task, again they have to spend more amount for this. So that reason on system, all the customers are not in a same version level. Okay, some customer is in 9.1, some customer are in 9.2, some customer are in 9.3. Okay, because of this cost, customers are in different version. But in Workday, it's not like that. Okay, so if we are in version 28, all customers throughout the world. Okay, in version 28. It's not like that some customers are in version 26, some customers are in version 27, some customers are in version 28. It's not like that. Okay, all the customers are in same version level and they don't have to pay any extra amount for the new version. So when a version will come, Workday will automatically deliver the new features into their environment. Okay, so time to time there is a continuous innovation will be customer don't have to pay any extra amount for this.
But wait, like if for a particular client, right? If they want any particular customizations in that, so how
no. For customization is not possible in cloud products. Okay, see, space is very limited. Earlier, what's happening if you are using a PeopleSoft, if customer is using a PeopleSoft, so they are can you go on mute? Using the local database, right? So there is no limitation on the storage. So they can store any number of data into their database. But right now, the storage is limited. So first, as I said, all the data will be stored in the central server, a remote server. So actually, Workday, what Workday will do, if you subscribe, if customer subscribe, usually you are taking the space from that server. Right, so a big server is there. What is a server actually? Server is the space. Right, you are taking some space from that server. Space is very limited. So that's the reason customization is not possible in any of the cloud products. Some of the cloud products they are doing, but little bit. Not PeopleSoft and SAP. So here you can't do any customization. Whatever page or whatever thing Workday has delivered, you have to use as it is. Okay, so you have to, that's the reason maximum thing is configuration only in Workday. So you don't have to learn any coding language or anything. So here maximum thing is configuration, you just have to configure as per the company policy. If you are going, okay, look and feel is good. You don't have to worry, and that's the reason actually customers don't want any complexity. This is very simple to use. So the customer are moving towards the Workday cloud. You like one and two scenarios are there. You can customize it, but very rare. That I will tell you when I take the real session, real class. So that I'll tell you where it's possible, but very rare. But as you say, overall we can say that customization is not possible in Workday.
Okay.
Well, next thing is safety. So as I said, I have told Workday has cleared a lot of security audit certification. This is here I have mentioned only few things, but you can even search in Google. Somewhere you can get what are the security audits they use. So what will say that if that got leaked, they will pay you 3 times the amount what you have paid during the subscription. And this 12 years, we have not seen any breach or this kind of thing. Because obviously, if any banking customer is there, or if any confidential, very information, very critical information thing is there, every customer will think about this. Okay, security thing. But the Workday will handle it properly, and the information, if you search in Google also, you will not find what database actually they are using, what algorithm they are using, what they have designed their servers. So all this information is very confidential. Okay, any customer, not even any partner knows this information. Okay, so this is that you don't have to worry, you just concentrate on your front end configuration. Whatever happening in back end, Workday will take care. So this is the picture what we have discussed till now. So this is just for a unified single application, as I said, for finance and HR. Engage your people. Okay, right now you are not stick to desktop only. So you can use your tablet, you can use your mobile, you can use your laptop, you can use your desktop, anything. Okay, so you engage your people. You just have to. Yes, tell me.
Rohit, one question. I mean, if your PeopleSoft applications is used like 900 to say, let's say like a fluid pages are not used, so the width of the page will be automatically adjusted.
Yes.
In Workday, is that?
No, it's not possible. It's not possible in Workday. So it's like in PeopleSoft, we designed our own pages, our own tables, but here it's not possible. So everything will be specific. If we talk about table also, we have table here, but that is we don't create a new table. Okay, so a specific table is there. Like in PeopleSoft, we have a job table, we have a other table, but here whatever Workday has provided, we have to use as it.
No, my question is like, say, let's say you're using a desktop, right? And we have designed a page, look and feel of the page would be a big page, right?
Yes, correct.
In tablet, if you check in iPhone or anything, right?
Yes,
so what happens? The
correct.
width would be the same way, and we need to scroll and everything, right? If you use fluid pages in PeopleSoft, right, that will automatically adjust it.
Your question is very valid actually, but in Workday, like the page will be auto adjusted. Okay, so if you're opening your Workday software or desktop, so page will be looking big. Okay, but if you are opening in your mobile or a tablet, the page will be auto adjusted. Okay, you have to do the same type of GUI or mobile. Okay, so it's auto adjusted.
Yeah. Whereas in the new feature, fluid page.
Correct. I have seen in PeopleSoft, so I got your point, but your point is very good question actually. So right now I don't have an image, but you can see by visiting a Workday site. So just visit a workday.com site. So there they have shown a screenshot there. So you open tablet and desktop, and they show how actually when you're opening a software in tablet, when you're opening a software in desktop, and how it's look like. The page will be auto adjusted. There, I think a screenshot is there in that website, so you can just visit it and you can see how actually it's look like after auto adjusted. Okay. So engage people, as I said. Next is your maximize security. So 99.9% your data is secure. Workday says that Workday provides protection that traditional software vendors can't. Okay, this much challenge Workday is giving. Okay. That's why I'm saying this is 12 years we have already passed, but we haven't seen any data leak or anything in the okay, so you don't have to worry. Whatever your data will be there in the backend, that will be managed by Workday, and you just concentrate on your front end. So your total headache will be reduced. Earlier you have to think about both backend and front end both, but now you only concentrate on front end. You don't have to concentrate on backend.
See, if there are some HR payroll guys, like HR payroll guys will be working on the data, right, pulling some reports, right?
Yes.
It would be like a direct reports, or right, like group by can be done at the runtime and everything. All
yeah, you can done all the things you can like business intelligence part you can perform in the report. So all group by and whatever filters, prompts, everything you can perform till the runtime. So that is a part of our course actually. So when I discuss about the integration, so that time we'll discuss everything. What are the tools provided by Workday for integration, and how can you follow?
Yours is breaking. Yeah, yours is breaking.
Oh, it is working. Let me connect once.
Yeah.
Just connect once.
Yes. I mean, everybody is.
So now it's okay. Now it's okay or still breaking?
Yeah, it's good for us, Rohit. It's good for.
Okay, might be the internet connection. Raining actually here, so might be because of this. Okay, so we were in this slide. Zero and always be current. Okay, so as I said, if we talk about PeopleSoft, why I don't think, because I am from PeopleSoft also, so I worked on PeopleSoft in 3 years. So that's the reason maximum time I am taking an example of PeopleSoft. So 3 years I worked in PeopleSoft and then I moved to Workday. So the reason I am comparing with PeopleSoft. So don't be bad actually, because what I have analyzed, I am showing you that experience from you. Okay, like in this is the slide for always be current. So as I said, in PeopleSoft, new upgrades will come, then customer to pay an extra amount for the upgrade process. Okay, have to hire a resource, again they have to do all upgrade, retrofitting and all these things. Right, so who are in PeopleSoft, they know all the retrofits and all this we have to do. But in Workday, customer to pay any extra amount. Okay, automatically when new version will come, it will deliver to your production tenant or production environment. Right, so now we are in version 28 and September end we will moving on version 29. So in a year we will get 2 upgrades. So I just started, as I said, that time we get 4 upgrades a year, then it's reduced to 2, sorry, then it's reduced to 3, and now it's reduced to 2. Every year 2 upgrades we will getting, and all the customers are in same upgrade level. So if it's a Adobe, if it's a non-Have, if it's a Sony, if it's a LinkedIn, all customers are in same version level, that is version 28.
What about the tax updates? Like for US, like they will be changing monthly, right? So that will be handled.
Yeah, whatever we are doing in like payroll things, like whatever we are doing in other ERPs, the same thing you can perform it here. Okay. That model, the payroll module. So whatever tax update and like how you are doing it, you can perform it here, same way.
Okay.
So this is the beautiful tagline given by Workday: built for the enterprises, deliver in the cloud. Okay, so these are some of the modules. We have a time tracking, we have a payroll, we have a recruitment, we have a talent, we have a human resource. Similarly, we have a revenue, procurement, and so on. Okay, as I said, you all get in a URL. Customer have to pay any extra charge. If they want to use that, they can use. Otherwise, they will disable the feature. That's it. So Workday. So as I said, Workday was developed in 2005. Dave Duffield and Anil Bhusri is responsible for developing this. So Duffield also developed PeopleSoft in 1987, and after this, they sold this company to Oracle. So now PeopleSoft is with Oracle. Okay, and they actually met during the brunch in 2005, and they want to come up with some cloud ERP product. So in 2005 only they have decided to come up with cloud. That time cloud is very new. No one knows about cloud. They have decided. Okay, just a history. So whatever picture you are seeing it here, that is a part of Workday Rising. So whenever new upgrades will come, so in like twice a year. So twice event is organizing by Workday. Okay, Workday will call all the customer and the partner. So they join this event. This is just a 2 to 3 days event. So they enjoy and the new features and new in Workday. Workday will explain that. Okay, so it's a 2 to 3 days event, and customer and partner will share their experience and okay, they'll enjoy in this event. So every year it's happening. The Workday, so usually US and UK, I have seen that. So many places it's happening actually. So you will get notification. If you are a customer, you will get a notification when it's happening. The Workday 12-year journey. So it's 2005, founded by Dave Duffield and Anil Bhusri. In 2015, Workday became a top brand in HCM ERP. So this is not anything. You just search on Google. So Workday got a best HCM, become a best HCM ERP product in 15. And right now we have, this is an old data, so we have 1550 plus customers. 1,550 plus customer in the market. It includes your small customer, your medium customer, and your large customer, big customer. Okay, in March end only, we got contract for Amazon, Walmart, Target, and BP. Okay, still lot of customers there. So day or year by year, customers are increasing. Okay, it's just a 12-year journey because we completed only 12 years. Okay, some of the industrialists who have switched their ERP from other ERP to Workday. So we have Adobe, we have LinkedIn, we have Johnson & Johnson, we have Sony, we have Visa, we have Toyota, we have Rolls-Royce. These are some of the lists. If you want to see more, you just visit your Workday site. So this Workday site, just type in Google www.workday.com, and here you can see the thing. Like to know about Workday, you can see this. So you have a customer also. So if you click the customer tab, you can see all customers. Okay, so we have Abbott, we have Amazon, we have Bank of America. So many customers there. So you can just load more and more, TripAdvisor and all this thing. So these customers are using Workday right now. Okay, customer is there. Page and you can see that. Okay, so this customer using Workday right now. So small customer actually not included here. So all the big customers or big company, you can say that all the companies are listed. Okay, so you have the page and you can see the customer list. So you have to load more and more. Okay, this is some of the customer list I have added. Now we'll discuss about the tenants, like how the software look like. So this is how our Workday software will look like. Okay, as I said, you need to install any software hardware. You only need a URL, user and password. That's it. And then okay, you have to type the URL and you have to use it. Okay, so this is called a tenant, or we call it as an environment or instances. So know what is an environment. So where your customer data exists. So this is a software for Workday. So we got tenants, right? So an instance of Workday service. So Workday maintains 5 types of tenants. Production tenant. So you all know what is a production tenant, where customer real data exists. Okay. As I said, in other ERP we call it as an environment or instances, but in Workday we call it as a tenant. Why we call it as a tenant? Because, as I said, customer is paying a rent for this, and when one is paying a rent, we call it as a tenant. So if you are staying in some flat, if you are staying in some apartment, if you are staying in some flat, you are every month you are paying a rent to your owner. So you are a tenant. Right? This software you are using as a service. That's why we call it as a software as a service. Okay, not going to install the software. You just use the software as a service, and your rent, it depends whether you have to pay in monthly basis, annually basis, whatever. Okay, Workday maintains 5 types of tenants. First one is your production, where your customer data exists, real data exists. Second of tenant is your sandbox tenant. Sandbox tenant is a copy of production. Like whatever the sandbox is having, it's just a copy of production. Okay, if you want to perform any development work, any configuration work, or any testing work, you can perform on sandbox. Okay. Work will copy data from production to sandbox every Friday. Friday 6 p.m. PST to Saturday 6 a.m. PST, your tenant will be down, not yours, for all over the world, for all customers. So there's no work. Then it's evening, Friday evening to Saturday morning. And if you are in India, then it's Saturday morning to Saturday evening. So there's no work on Saturday. Okay, because every week Workday is doing a refresh. Refresh in the sense, Workday is copying the data from one tenant to other tenant, like from production to sandbox. So every week. So just like recurrence things. So every Friday it happens. Okay. So this is the second type of tenant Workday maintains. Third tenant is sandbox preview. So sandbox preview is also a copy of production. It's a copy of production, but when a new feature comes, so for example, right now we are in version 28. So when the version 29 will come, Workday delivers the new feature first in sandbox preview, and it will tell the customer, please review the new feature. So once customer review the new feature, then Workday will move the new features to production. So they won't directly move the new features to production. First they will deliver in sandbox preview. Then customer will okay the new feature, and once customer review, then Workday will move the feature to production. Okay. Suppose for example, if we are getting next version 29 on September end, suppose for example, okay, we are getting a version 29 on September end, then 1 month before you will get a new feature in sandbox preview. Then September starting, you will get a new feature in sandbox preview. Okay, so once time actually Workday will give for the month to review the new feature, and they can, after review, Workday will move the new features to production. So this is the cycle, or this is the process. Okay, this is the third type of tenant Workday maintains. Now, fourth type of tenant is the implementation tenant. Okay, why actually we use this tenant? So as you can perform all your development, configuration, testing, all type of work in sandbox tenant. This is just like a development tenant, right? So you can perform all your work here, but you have only 7 days time or 1 week time to complete your work. Because every week Friday your tenant will be refreshed every Friday. Okay, so you have 7 time to complete your work in sandbox. So suppose, for example, 80% of you have started your work today. So today is Wednesday, right? So you have started your work today, and till Friday, till 23rd, you have completed 80% of the work, but not completed 100%. Then what will happen if you complete, or if you will not move your project, then when the next refresh will happen on 23rd, your 80% work will be gone. Okay, that's the reason either you have to move your work to some other tenant, or you have to do this in 7 days. Okay, if you are working on sandbox. But suppose, for example, if you are working on some project and it takes 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months time. Okay, then in that scenario, you can work in the implementation tenant. So implementation tenant can refresh only by user request. If user is requesting or client is requesting, then only implementation tenant will be refreshed. Otherwise, Workday will not touch tenant. Okay, if you are working on payroll module, if you are working on recruitment module, obviously it will take 2 to 3 months time, right? So you just work on the implementation tenant, and once the implementation tenant your work completed, you can change this to or move your project to production. So work gets the data, right? Last is implementation preview. So implementation preview is same like your sandbox preview. So whenever new features will come, Work delivers the new feature in sandbox preview and implementation preview also. Okay, why are delivering a new features in implementation preview? Suppose, for example, you are working on payroll, right? You are working on payroll module, and the new upgrade, new version will come. Okay, version 28, 10 features is there, and version 29, 15 features is there. So 5 new features will be there, right, in version 29. And out of 5, 2 features related to your payroll, and you are already implementing a payroll for your company. Okay, in that case, you just check whether the new feature will be impacting your project or not. Okay, this reason was delivering the new feature sandbox preview and an implementation preview also. So 5 type of tenant work maintained. So once customer subscribe with Workday, this 3 tenants you will get by default. Okay, once you subscribe with Workday, this production, sandbox, and sandbox preview, this 3 tenants a customer will get by default. Implementation and implementation preview, customer pay an extra amount. So this actually comes together. So if any implementation tenant any customer want, they have to pay an extra amount. So there is no restriction. A customer can use any number of implementation tenants. If they want to use 5 implementation tenants, they can use 5. If they want to use 1, they can use 1. If they want to use 10, they can use 10. Okay, but for every implementation tenant, they have to pay an extra amount to Workday. So amount is very minimal. It's not like a huge amount. So, and it's not necessary that once a customer is using an implementation tenant, then they have to use throughout their life. So, for example, I am working on payroll module, so it will take 3 months time to implement. So I can take this tenant for 3 months. After 3 months, I can release this tenant. So I don't pay any extra amount for this. So this type of tenant actually Workday maintains.